नमो अरिहन्ताणं नमो सिद्धाणं नमो आयर्याणं नमो उवज्जायाणं नमो लोये सवसाहुणम्। जय जिनेन्द्र सभी को। हमने सेमेस्टर 4 की तीनों पुस्तकें फिनिश कर ली हैं। मोक्ष मार्ग प्रकाशक, क्रमबद्ध पर्याय और परम भाव प्रकाशक नए चक्र के 6th, 7th and 8th chapter, right? Is it 6th and 7th? Yeah.
7th.
So 7th and 8th chapter. So अब हम करेंगे सेल्फ स्टडी बुक्स, कालचक्र एंड आप कुछ भी कहो। आज हम कालचक्र पे थोड़े समरीज लेंगे और शायद कुछ गंधर भी है, राइट? Let's keep our videos on so we can do gallery view and जब कोई समरी कर रहा है तो सब लोग दिख भी जाएंगे, है ना? तो हेमल जी, who is going first?
Ma'am, Tulika here. I will be going first for
Tulika is
5.
going.
Actually,
Okay, good.
Nipa
So you're
is
doing the
going
first
first.
5 or 10 chapters. ठीक है।
Himal ma'am, what
Am I
shall you
going
say?
first or Tulikaji is going first? Who's going? I have pages 11 to 20.
So Tulika
11
is
to-
doing till 10, right?
Yes.
Nipa, are you doing summary of the last class?
No. I think in your notes you had that I have to present Kalchakra. So I was going to do pages 11 to 20. I can do the summary
Okay.
of the last class tomorrow, if that's useful.
Okay. So then let's do the Kal Chakra. And I don't think we have anybody for Gandhar today, Prabhaji.
Okay, then let's do as many Kalchakra. Nipa, go on mute, please. There's background noise coming.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot of noise. One second.
Okay, go ahead, Tulika ji, आप start करो.
Okay. I will be doing Jai Jinendra Sabhi ko. Today is I will be summarizing first 5 pages, which would be starting from page number 5 till page number 10. So this is regarding Kal Chakra. काल इस शब्द को हम लोग बहुत बार सुनते तो है, हिंदी में हम लोगों ने सुना भी रहेगा, बट एक्चुअली एकदम सूक्ष्म तरीके से जितना इस जैन शास्त्र में मिलता है वैसा कहीं और हमें शायद ही मिले। और इधर हम लोग काल को जैन दर्शन में द्रव्य के पर्सपेक्टिव से समझेंगे और इस पे ज्यादा डीप में चिंतन और मनन करते हैं। कुछ मत में काल को स्वतंत्र द्रव्य नहीं माना जाता है। उनके अनुसार 5 द्रव्यों को ही पर्याय 5 द्रव्यों को ही कहा गया है और काल जो है उन द्रव्यों की पर्याय मानी गई है। बट एक्चुअली में 6 द्रव्य होते हैं और उसमें से 5 अस्थिकाय रहते हैं। लाइक कैटेगराइज उनको वैसा कर सकते हैं बिकॉज काल मतलब इसका मेन रीजन यही है कि काल जो है वो एक टाइम पे एक ही स्पेस ऑक्यूपाई करता है, जबकि द्रव्य जब एक साथ बहुत सारा कंबाइन एक होता है वो मल्टीपल प्रदेश ऑक्यूपाई करते हैं। दैट्स व्हाई सो हम लोग इस काल चक्र में ये भी समझेंगे कि अलग अलग काल में कैसे कैसे टाइप का एनवायरनमेंट रहता है, कैसे कैसे टाइप के वहां पे डिफरेंट सोल वहां पे बॉर्न बर्थ लेते हैं। जैसे तीर्थंकर कौन से आरा में होते हैं, शलाका पुरुष कब होते हैं, सृष्टि में प्रलय प्रलय कब आती है, ये सब चीजें नॉर्मली हम लोग को प्रथमानुयोग और ये सब में मिल जाती है। सो काल का स्वरूप समझने के लिए 7 तरीकों से उन्होंने बताया है कि स्पर्श रस गंध वर्ण रहित अगुरु लघुत्व लाइक नॉन ऑब्स्ट्रक्टेबल वर्तना लक्षण लाइक कंटिन्यूस उसमें मूवमेंट परिवर्तन होता रहता है, उसे कहा गया है। जीवादि द्रव्यों के परिवर्तन का रीजन काल द्रव्य है। लाइक जैसे धर्म अधर्म गमन और अगमन के लिए है, वैसा कंटिन्यूस परिवर्तन के लिए काल को मेन रीजन कहा गया है। वर्तना परिणाम क्रिया पर तत्व अपर तत्व काल के उपकार है। मैम दिस आई वुड लाइक योर view on this at the end of the summary. लोकाकाश के एक एक प्रदेश पर व्याप्त ऐसे असंख्य द्रव्य कालाणु है। मीन्स हर एक लोकाकाश में जितने भी वो जो लोकाकाश हमें स्पेस देता है रहने के लिए या हम लोग को जगह देता है, उसके एक एक अणु पे जो कहा जाता है वो है काल द्रव्य। इट्स लाइक इट इज अ बटरफ्लाई इफेक्ट। ऑल द्रव्य अपने स्वभाव में ही रहते हैं, बट ये चेंज जो है दिस कैनॉट हैपन विदाउट आउटसाइड सर्कमस्टेंसेस। हेंस इनको वर्तना के लिए सहकारी कारण रूप वर्तना लक्षण जिसमें हो वैसे उनको काल द्रव्य कहा जाता है। कालाणु जो होते हैं वो असंख्यात होकर भी अनंत पदार्थों को परिवर्तन में सहकारी करते हैं। like असंख्यात is little like lesser than the अनंत। सो काल भले ही असंख्य है बट वो उससे और ज्यादा अनंत पदार्थों को परिवर्तन करने में सहकारी होते हैं। हम काल द्रव्य है उसे एक अखंड द्रव्य नहीं ले सकते, बिकॉज अगर अलग अलग द्रव्य नहीं मानेंगे तो जगत के विभिन्न क्षेत्रों में काल का भेद संभव नहीं है। दिन रात सूर्य और दिन और रात जो है वो सूर्य और चंद्र के निरंतर सुमेरु पर्वत के प्रदक्षिणा लेने से कहा गया है, जो कि ढाई द्वीप में ही होता है। इसलिए कोई कोई कहते हैं कि काल जो है वो खाली ढाई द्वीप में ही है, उसके बाहर नहीं है, बट एक्चुअली में ऐसा नहीं है। हम लोग मानते हैं ऐसा कि आकाश के प्रत्येक प्रदेश पर काल द्रव्य माने बिना आकाश नहीं बन सकता। अदरवाइज जिस टाइम विदेश क्षेत्र में और भरत क्षेत्र में अगर हम लोग बोले रात है तो उसी वक्त एरावत में सुबह होगी ऐसा कहना अगर है एक्चुअली में ऐसा तो उसे हम लोग प्रूव बराबर नहीं कह पाएंगे। दूसरा, काल के जो भेद है वो दो टाइप से कहे गए हैं। निश्चय काल द्रव्य और व्यवहार काल। तो व्यवहार जो है वो इट्स लाइक डिपेंडेंट ऑन निश्चय। व्यवहार में रिजल्ट को मेन देखा जाता है और निश्चय में जो है हम लोग फैक्ट्स लाइक मेन जो है वर्तना रीजन उसको देखते हैं। आचार्य पूज्यपाद भी कहते हैं परिणाम आदि लक्षण व्यंजन पर्याय के वर्तमान रूप में ठहरने जितना काल। मतलब जैसे अभी हम लोग को एक 1 किलो हम लोग कहते हैं तो 1 किलो हम लोगों ने कैसे डिसाइड किया, उसके लिए कुछ यूनिट ऑफ मेजरमेंट हम लोगों ने लिया, उतना एक समथिंग स्टैंडर्ड मेजरमेंट बैठाया। तो वैसे ही यहाँ पे हम लोग एक समय जिस काल में हम लोग ठहरते हैं उसको हम लोग यूनिट ऑफ मेजरमेंट ले लेते हैं। तो उसमें हमारा नाड़ी का लेना आ जाता है, एक घड़ी आ जाती है, एक आवली आ जाती है, एक उच्छ्वास आ जाता है। लाइक when you breathe in and when you breathe out, it is called as one uchwas. So this is mostly belonging to the ज्योतिष and astrophysics। और कहा जाता है कि काल का जो यूनिट और मेजरमेंट है वो उन्होंने ही बताया है। तो दिस इज ऑल इनटू व्यवहार एंड निश्चय से तो लाइक जो कंटिन्यूस परिणमन हो रहा है वही काल द्रव्य में कहा जाता है। ओके मैम, डन, थैंक यू।
Okay, very good. So you wanted to know the meaning of vartana. वो third वाले point का पूछ रहे हो ना? That's the one you wanted me to clarify?
Ma'am, even I have underlined that because even I couldn't understand. What does परत्व और अपरत्व का भी मतलब क्या है?
हाँ, so देखो वर्तना मतलब तो बेसिकली मूवमेंट, चलना फिरना, वर्तन कर रहे हैं हम। इवन बिहेवियर में भी कहते हैं ना इनका ऐसा वर्तन है। सो इट्स रिलेटेड टू चेंज। इट कैन बी चलना फिरना। व्यवसाय इज अनदर फॉर्म ऑफ वर्तन। भाई आप कैसा क्या टास्क करते हो, चाहे बिजनेस के लिए हो चाहे फिर वृत्ति, रोजी, गतिमान, ये सारे काइंड ऑफ पर्यायवाची है। बट हियर बिकॉज वी आर ट्राइंग टू स्पेसिफाई मोर एंड मोर, काल को हम समझाने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं ना, तो वहां पर उसको हम वैसे लेंगे। अब एक सेकेंड. हाँ, ओके. सो वर्तना समझ गया सबको. फिर परिणाम वी नो, एवरीबडी नोज, है ना. परिणाम मीन्स आपकी कंटिन्यूस चेंज इन विद इन यू. पर्याय, परिणाम, वो सब सिमिलर होते हैं. फिर परत्व और अपरत्व, है ना. दोज आर द टू शब्द. तो परत्व इज जिसे बहुत समय लगे, उसको परत्व कहते हैं. और जिसे थोड़ा समय लगे वो अपरत्व.
Okay. Prabhaji,
हम्म.
I will say that she said a lot of things, but she said them all in Hindi, and I have no idea what she has said actually. Not to mean that she didn't do a good job. I think I have difficulty to understand this type of Hindi.
Okay. So ठीक है. Basically, I'll give you the gist in English. I'm not going to repeat everything she said. But basically what they are saying is here, even though time we, connect with Kal, we connect with time and all those things. But here they're going to talk about the Kal Dravya, where actually we didn't think about this. We could try to tell people to see if, however much they could do it in English summary. Only then it will help you guys, right? Those who have a problem.
Prabhaji, on the Vyavhar and Nishchay Kal, I have some overlap with what she did because it made more sense to start it from there. So that part I have it in English.
That part. Okay, no problem.
In English.
So I'll talk about the one before that. Okay.
So before that,
so, yeah. So Kal is a Dravya, right? So Dravya, but then first they explain it's not the kind of Dravya that is going to have Sparsh, Ras, Varn, all those things. Kalanu, each Anu sits on each space point. So then it's every space point has Kalanu. So that's why it's able to tell you the change. Okay. Then it talks about which I don't know if you covered Tulika, Avsarpani, Utsarpani.
No, that I have. That I have. I have Avsarpani, Utsarpani.
You have that one. Okay, even though it's on the first page itself. Okay.
I have the detailed version, so hopefully it covers everything.
Okay, that will cover all this. So why don't we wait till Nipa says, then I'll explain whatever is remaining. Do you want to do that, Hemal? That way we are not repeating. Yeah, go ahead. Well, did you have a question?
No, not a question, but more of a comment. But there is there's a group called the Translation Group. So I've asked, so Sanjay ji, I asked him as a favor if he would translate it in English for us. You know, even though it won't be totally accurate, but as long as it's 80%, he just sent me something as of yesterday. So I'm going to take a look at it. I'll do a quick glance and then I'll send it off to the group. And it's got a thing on the top that just says, look, it's not completely accurate, but it's a pretty darn good translation. So that should help people like us, Hemal.
Okay. Yeah, as long as it doesn't have inaccurate sentences, I think we are okay. All we need is some guideline help to give us an overall view.
Makes sense.
Okay, then should we continue with Nipa then? Because I think she might cover most of it because there's a lot of repetition. Because
they do
aaya nahi hai.
Right. So I'm starting from page 11, but really it's page 10 because Nishchay Vyavhar Kal started on page 10. So that's why I said I have that overlap, a little bit of that, because it didn't make sense to start exactly on page 11. So I'll start with Nishchay and Vyavhar Kal. Okay. So Nishchay Kal is that which is self-modifying every moment. And when it is a nimit in the modification of others, then that is Vyavhar Kal, like day, night, month here, you know, like when we are modifying ourselves, we became old, we became a day old, we became a month old. Then that is the same Nishchay Kal is now called as Vyavhar Kal because it is used to measure the modification, the other modifications. Nishchay Kal is the one that is, it's an unchanging dhruv, right? Which marches and which supports the modification, creating the Vyavhar Kal, basically. So then the different units of time, right? Nadi, Samay, Avali, all are measures of time. And they were at least this is what the book said. I'm not sure, but if I got it right, but it says it was created by the Jyotishi Dev, as it is said by Acharya Pujyapad and Acharya Akram Dev. Vyavhar Kal units or Vibhag are done by the Jyotishi Dev. Example is Vyavhar Kal is associated, etc. A Vyavhar Kal is associated with the movement of the sun, moon, etc., creating day and night, which is relevant only in the Manushya Loka. Okay, Nishchay Kal, as per Acharya Kumkunda Swami, is Agaru Lagu, Amurtat, and the ability to progress. It has the Vartana Gun. I mean, which is Vartana, basically. So every paryay happening in sequence is Vyavhar Kal. And the foundational support.
Vartana means spread.
Spread. Oh, okay.
So it's spread through all space points. See,
it.
Vartana has several meanings, right? So here that meaning would apply.
Oh, here it is where it is spread everywhere. Got it. Okay.
Right.
Yeah, because it is spread in every space point in the entire lok. I think lok and alok. I think Kal is in alok also, right? It is everywhere. And so every paryay happening in sequence is Vyavhar Kal, and the foundational support for it is the Dravya that causes that is the Nishchay Kal. So Nishchay Kal Dravya in nature hence is Nitya, and Vyavhar Kal is transitional or Kshanik in nature, basically. So different ways to measure Vyavhar Kal, right? The smallest unit of time is called Samay. The time it takes for one Pudgal Parmanu, or not one, but Pudgal Parmanu, to migrate from one Akash Pradesh to another is one Samay. And that is the smallest unit of time, basically, from the Jain point of view.
So then Parmanu is traveling?
Yeah, if a Pudgal Parmanu has to relocate itself from one space point to another space point, that time it takes to relocate itself, right, is one Samay.
An atom, right? The atom. Smallest unit of matter, let's say it's atom, the time it will take the atom to move from one space point to the other, which the human eye probably cannot even perceive.
Yeah.
And that's called Samay.
That is Samay.
And here the space point is Kalanu?
No. Space point is Akash.
Oh, Akash. Yes.
Yeah.
But in Akash, the Pudgal Parmanu will go from one Kalanu to other Kalanu.
One space point to other space point.
But all space points have Kalanu.
Yeah, the time
No,
lapse.
Kalanus are not space points. Space points are how you define the Akash. Kalanu is studied in each space point. There exists a Kalanu also.
Yeah, so we are going from one Kalanu to other Kalanu. If you think about all space
colloquially,
points having
you can say that, but in actuality is one space point to another, and the time is called Samay, and there is a Kalanu in each space point. You're right about that, right?
So because the Kalanu is just the Dravya that is existing. Now, when we talk about Samay, that becomes Vyavhar Kal.
Yeah.
So the time lapse between whenever the movement happens is the Vyavhar, that's the Samay.
Yeah, Samay is the Vyavhar Kal. When we start defining these units, because we are using it to explain modifications, movement, whatever, then it is Vyavhar Kal. Okay, but what is foundational and Nitya is that Nishchay Kal, basically.
If you so if you had to explain Nishchay Kal in 2 sentences, how would you explain that?
Nishchay Kal is what did I write? I got it. 2 sentences. It's a is that which is self-modifying every moment, right? And that is the Dravya itself is Nishchay Kal. Okay. So Kal as a Dravya.
Think about it like space, right? Akash just exists. It doesn't mean anything to us until it is Vyavhar Akash, where it's becoming Nimit in your existence. Space, it's giving you space to exist.
Correct.
The Akash Dravya itself is all ever existing.
Correct.
For you, it means something because it's giving you space to exist. You exist in this room. Now you move to the other room. Then it gave you space there. Like that. Yeah. The same way, Kal Dravya is just there, but it makes meaning when it becomes Vyavhar Kal, which calculates the gap of time between the movement of Pudgal from one space point to the other.
Yeah. Time is like, I think in physics, if you look at it, and this is in a lot of physics, they'll call it's the fabric that is connecting our entire cosmos, right? And just like in Jain Dharma, they say every point in the cosmos is defined by that unit time, that fabric that is spread everywhere. It's like a fabric, but it's not exactly the same.
Like Kalanu? Are you referring
A
to
fabric
Kalanu
that
right
is
now?
made out of kalanus. Yeah, you can visualize it that way, but that's
A
what
fabric made of Kalanus.
So what is Kala
It is
means now?
spread on Akash.
spread
See,
on Akash. Yeah.
Akash Dravya is everywhere, right? Those space points are thasathas. Now every
Yes.
space point also has a Kalanu, which becomes Nimit in calculating how long it took
Yes.
for whatever activity.
It becomes a unit of time for us to calculate everything. A way to calculate change or any aspect, right? Present, future, everything. Then there is a whole paragraph of like Asankyat Samay and Sankyat Avali, you know, and that's a good, like, it's just telling us like how everything is divided. I thought the critical part that I realized was that 2 ayan, you know, I started from the bottom to the top, like 2 ayans is 1 verse, right? So 6 months, because I was translating everything. But then if you go up, then the Avli, you know, is Asankyat. I felt like that has to be the shortest, because I didn't understand if Samay is that, then Asankyat Samay is 1 Avli. But I don't know why it was called Asankyat Samay. Like
That means
immeasurable.
so
I feel it's
many
immeasurable or
added
something.
together is 1 Avli. So
One
Samay is still smallest unit.
Smallest unit.
Okay.
And many
Avli
of
is
those.
bigger than Samay. Yeah.
Okay. So then that is Asankyat Samay, because I was a little confused. If 1 Varsha is here, why is
Again,
Asankyat?
they explained how this all came about, right? This is all Vyavhar Kal, means it's made up for us.
Made up for us. Yes, that's
कि
made for
जानवर
us.
को क्या फर्क पड़ रहा है, उसको पता ही नहीं
Yeah,
चल रहा है
nobody
क्या समय
knows.
चल रहा है.
True,
Same
true.
way.
Prabhaji made up for us, or Bhagwan said this in Jinwani?
It's the
भगवान
Jyotishi
explained
Dev's
the concept, but ये जो names है ना, समय, आवली,
Because
somebody
it is
has to
Vyavhar,
make
it
it up.
is given by us.
Yes.
Somebody
Correct.
has made it like that.
So
या
Avli
फिर
is in
स्वर्ग में चले जाओ, स्वर्ग में time span is so big, these will not mean much. See, this is made for us to relate to something. Our lifespan is 100 years. So if you talk about it in samay, breathing, it will mean anything. Okay,
Yes.
ab tum, Nigod ko pucho. For them, like, you know, how do we visualize Tetis Sagaropam? It's such a huge time span. You know, like if you think about when you explain that Sagaropam and Palyopam and all those things. Now go back to Nigod. For them, human life is like 13 Sagaropan, how we cannot perceive that huge time. For Nigod, human life is huge, long time. It's all relative.
Yeah.
it is already. So Avli is basically infinity.
No. Avli is just a second, minute, hour. These are much smaller than second.
Yeah,
Avli.
I think Avli is very small, because the Sankyat Avlis is 1 Uchwas, which is our breath, right? So if
So in
breath
one
is 1
breath, you can get so many Avlis.
Avlis, so that means that
It's smaller than a second.
1 Avli was very small, you know, so
But
that's the
listen,
part.
Nipa, you
wait.
just said that Asankyat Samay ka Samuha is Avli.
There you go.
That's why I said the confusion is in the word Asankyat. Even I had the same confusion. I said that why is it called Asankyat? But because I think even the Avlis are the Samay is so small, right? That a lot of those Samays have to create 1 Avli, and that many Avlis will create 1 Uchwa. So I feel like that's why they've
So
used the
whenever
word
they say
Asankyat.
Asankyat, that means it is beyond the numbers that humans know so far.
Yeah.
That's what Asankyat means.
Yeah, that's what
Okay.
I think I would have thought if I were to colloquially say it, like a nanosecond is so small, right? Literally, you would have to multiply it by a giga something or something to get even a second. So that's the Asankyat, you know, the part that Asankyat is a
It is still
multiplication by a
small,
giga
but it is
of a
many.
nanosecond to get to a second, right? So it becomes Asankyat from that point of view, because it
Understood.
didn't make sense to me either. I said, how is it Asankyat?
So then,
Okay.
so Samay is the smallest, and then you have Avli is
Yeah,
bigger than
Samay is the smallest, and a lot, like you can think of it like a giga Samays will create an Avli, right? So that's why it's the word Asankyat is used.
So Samay must be even smaller than that nanosecond.
Maybe,
Correct.
maybe.
Probably.
Much smaller. Yes, much
Much
smaller.
smaller.
So
Much
an
smaller than
infinite,
They are relating all this to what the humans know so far.
yeah, got it. So an infinite, so Samay is the smallest, an infinite number of Samay is Avli.
Yeah, it must be smaller than a nanosecond also. If you think of it, I feel like it must
Yes,
be really
but
small.
yet, but yet
I
smaller
guess.
than
Yeah,
nanosecond.
I
I
think
think lovely से भी छोटा समय है. The
हाँ,
समय मतलब
That's what
I
we're saying.
understood.
So
No,
Pele
I
Samay is the
understood is like
smallest.
जैसे the atom which is the most smallest है particle या जो atom है जो उसको move होने में वो जो इतना सा time लगता है that we even can't imagine.
we
So
can't
that will
imagine.
be samay. And
Samay.
yeah, when we take so many समय यानी atoms के इतने सारे थोड़े 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 जो समय को एक लेते हैं असंख्यात समय, that will become one avli.
Avli.
Correct.
Yeah.
And again,
That's
that asанख्यात avli will become that one uchavas.
Uchavas.
Yes.
It is like
Correct.
even
Oh, yeah. That's how it goes up.
Minute. It's so small, we can't imagine that samay at all. I think it could be like your smallest unit, it could be an electron, it could be any of those atomic particles. Even the movement of that, we don't know how fast they move. So it's that
when
small.
we go further, they says like 38.5 love, that will be 24 minutes. मतलब that
Think
is
of
एक level के ऊपर वो that is going up.
going up.
That's
Yeah. So I think that was that. So I
And
think it
don't
was
go into this too seriously because, it's like, abhi, when is it useful? जब आपको पता करना है कि कितनी गति, कहाँ, क्या, only then these things are useful. Just like nanoseconds. It's just a term to us. But to the physics or somebody who is doing a PhD in that, to them it means something. हमारे लिए क्या फर्क पड़ता है किसी ने कह दिया इतने में नैनोसेकंड्स लगता है? Not.
We're also concerned about the test. So that's part of it.
But
But anyway.
seriously, I just gave my head to page number 13th, last paragraph. I could understand that.
Yeah. I'll move on. I'll go to the
Rest all I took as terms कि हाँ समय को ऐसे divide किया.
बिल्कुल. I know. Even I
And
finally gave up. I
you
said
think
I'll
about
move
it.
on.
अभी जैसे हमारे कैलेंडर में जनवरी फरवरी क्यों बनाए, है ना? 30 ही क्यों बना दिया? दूसरे सिस्टम में कुछ और था. तो ह्यूमंस क्या करते हैं? अपनी समझ के लिए whatever they can, however they can simplify, they try to do it. And that's all it is. So ये जो देखो तीर्थंकर का तो काम नहीं है ये सब डिफाइन करने का. So इसलिए उन्होंने बताया कि ज्योतिषी देव को ने डिसाइड किया कि ये टर्मिनोलॉजी ओके. अब ह्यूमंस में भी जिन्होंने शास्त्र नहीं पढ़े थे कोई जमाने में, नॉट टू लॉन्ग अगो, पीपल यूज्ड टू थिंक दे स्टिल हैड टू हैव अ मेजर द डिफरेंस, राइट? तो क्या करते थे? अच्छा, तो सुबह की घड़ी, एवरीथिंग वाज बेस्ड ऑन सन क्लॉक्स, राइट? हाउ डिड दिस 24 मिनट कम अबाउट? घड़ा, पौर, घड़ी, एक पौर कहते थे ना. So वो सब because they could measure based on the sun rays कितनी पड़ रही है, कितने टाइम से कितने टाइम तक, what lapse. So somebody decided to come up with these terms. Then they advanced further. Now they had to define कि वो इतना लंबा जो measurement है उसको क्या बोलेंगे, इतने छोटे measurement को क्या बोलेंगे, in between को क्या बोलेंगे. And this is nothing. You should go to oh my God, गोमट सार, और बाद में जो हम ग्रंथ पढ़ेंगे बहुत डिटेल में तो नहीं पढ़ेंगे. It talks about so many different mathematics, but it's required to give you a relationship between the small and big. That's the only purpose of it.
Okay, so then the next aspect of time, right, is Samkhyat, Asamkhyat, and Anantkal. So here I will just give a summary. I have the details. I'll just, when I post the thing, people can read the details because it'll be so long otherwise. In summary, so there are three types. This is just for us. There's Jaganya and Utkrisht Samkhyat Kal, and in between them is called the Madhyam Samkhyat Kal. Okay, and Utkrisht Samkhyat Kal is measured by like there is a way to like 4 khand of a specific size, fill it with mustard seeds, and this is the knowledge. But if you think of it, that's how they're calling out like Utkrisht, like that's how big the Samkhyat Kal is, and then they're saying all this knowledge is the knowledge of the Shrut Kevalis, like they are the ones who have all this information. Then I put in the extra details like Asamkhyat, how you add one Utkrisht, then you get to Jaganya, then you add this much, you get to the next one. But there's a lot of mathematics. I'm not going to talk about it, but you just have to read it. I'll send it out though. And maybe somebody can fact check it and make sure it's correct. But I just wrote it in my notes and sent it out. Then the third part also, this was one version, right? Sankhyat, Asankyat, and Anantkal. What do we mean by that? And then there is the past, present, and the future Kal, right? The Vartaman, Bhavishya, and Bhutkal. So this is also divisions of Vyavhar Kal, right? These divisions of Vyavhar Kal is conceptualized to explain how we work in our sansar, right? How to explain when we talk to each other. We need a way to explain things. Then these divisions are created for us to be able to explain things. So Bhutkal is numerical amount. The Bhutkal numerical amount is all Siddhajiv times the Sankhyat Avali. Again, more math is there. Vartaman Kal is one Samay. So that one moment, right? That one Samay we just defined, that becomes Vartaman Kal. And Bhavishya Kal, duration, is when all the Jeev plus the Pudgal, right? The total quantity of Jeev plus Pudgal is multiplied infinite times, basically like a Sankhya Kal. So if you take that, then that's the actual quantification of Bhavishya Kal. So those were the three quantifications. Like if you wanted to quantify it, that's how they're doing it. But for Vyavhar Kal, we just use Bhutkal yesterday, today, and tomorrow. We just use it.
Sorry to say that. What was it for the future? It was the calculation was what?
G plus Pudgal. G plus Pudgal is that's multiplied by the infinite time, like Anant Kal, I think, is infinite time.
Okay.
So it's actual, they try to quantify it, but of course I can't visualize it also. But yeah, basically it's so far away. Bhavishya Kal seems to be like even G plus Pudgal numerically is such a high number, and then you multiply it.
Nipa, what page are you on now?
Page number 16.
Already she reached 16. Okay.
Sorry, yeah. I didn't put the page numbers because I'm reading from my
That's
notes.
fine.
Hemalji, as I said, no, it starts from page number 6. The book starts from page number 6.
Right. No, I'm just interested in where she's located. Because I just opened the PDF because what she's saying is going above board.
Correct. It is tough. It's boring. Initial pages are really tough. I mean, it's from examination point of view, I don't know what is going to come.
Yeah.
So it is tough to understand.
It's very tough. I agree. So that's why. But I'll send the notes out.
Others. Even if you read it,
Kalchakra is these three books are together, no?
And especially while writing the notes also, I couldn't understand what to leave while writing because it's like a story. Later, it's like a story.
No, don't write the details. Write the purpose of it. कि हम कैसे define करेंगे उत्सर्पणी वो सब का, right? The difference between those. फिर भूत भविष्य और our perspective. All we need to know is why कि काल एक द्रव्य है. दूसरा, how it helps us व्यवहार काल, क्योंकि अब उसको वो कोड़ा कोड़ी की जगह कुछ और बोल देते तो हमें कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. It just gives us an idea that it is this is so many times of this to get us a see अभी जैसे page 20 पे आएगा काल, right? अति दुष्मा काल is 21,000 years, right? अब to humans they can say 21,000. निगोदिया जीव को क्या समझेगा 21,000? Nothing. देवगति में also.
Okay.
Like, just drop off.
Hello.
Oh, there she is.
Oh,
should I continue?
Muted.
That's okay. Suddenly it just flashed and like it quit. I think the internet had a glitch.
I meant to say,
I was कि ये सब हमारे current perspective से they're trying to explain to us. Okay. So now don't get too entangled in these Koda Kodi and Koda Kodi Sagar. And yes, one time you will understand those terminologies. Beyond that, you won't be able to remember number one every time until you hear it multiple times. Number two, the whole point of doing this is to get us a reference of, the difference. ये अगर आपको किसी को बताना है ये उससे इतना बड़ा है, you have to quantify it to give you a sense how much bigger it is.
And you
True.
know, there is a sentence I just read. It says, "Chadmas ke gnan ka vishay nahi hai." So that would be
Well,
us.
There you go. They said somewhere it's all Shrut Kevali ke Gnan ka Vishay. So we have to
Bilkul.
just accept, and even if we don't remember,
It's fine,
I
but
feel like I said,
knowing it
just past,
does
present,
help.
and future is.
See, कभी future में
Yeah.
कोई कहेगा इतने कोड़ा कोड़ी. At least you'll have some sense what that means.
Sense of what they're talking about. Yeah.
That's all. Yeah.
Okay. Now the next section was Utsarpini and Avsarpini Kalchakra. So this is just a very high level view of that. The Kalchakra is moving between Avsarpini and Utsarpini regions of time, right? And the combined one Utsarpini and one Avsarpini is called one Kalpakal. The contrast between Utsarpini and Avsarpini. So then the next few paragraphs is the contrast, right? And I'll put the page numbers here when I send it out so people can reference it back to those pages. So Utsarpini is the rising time when we can see progress, while Avsarpini is the declining time where we see more and more deficits in everything. Like, there is all, like things are going wrong or deficits are happening. In Avsarpini, we see decline in the age, body, and height of the Manushya and Tiryanj. And in Utsarpini, we will see an increase in these like age or body or height, right, of Manushya and Tiryanj. Then in Utsarpini, we see continuous progress in age, experience, body, and the opposite, like getting better and better, continuously getting better and better with respect to age, experience, and body, which is what the other statement also says. You increase or you get better. And it's the opposite in Avsarpini. You will see a decline, age will go down, experiences will go down, our body becomes small. So Avsarpini is the declining region of Kal. In Bharat and Airavat Kshetra, we see advancement of experience, age in like Manushya, and in Avsarpini, we see a regression, right, in these two Kshetras. And I don't know why they mention only two Kshetras, but maybe this is the only place where Manushya is Bharat and Airavat Kshetra.
हाँ, वो भी छह में ही है. भरत एरावत के भी वो छह प्रदेश उस काल में ही है. मैंने उसमें एक जगह कहीं लिखा है. I'll read it out.
Okay, I'll finish
They're
this, then we
similar
can
to
go
Bharat
back.
Kshetra. The Airavat is
और जगह नहीं
exactly opposite of it.
Yeah, the opposite. Okay, then
पर उनमें
Utsarpini
भी
is
Avsarpini same होता है, similar. Yeah.
okay. Utsarpini is when human strength, age, and body are increasing. It's the same, basically different ways. And in Avsarpini, they're decreasing again. Utsarpini is when humans, sorry, I copy pasted that. Then 5 Airavat and 5 Bharat Kshetra seen an increase in Jeev body, height, age, strength during Utsarpini and decrease in Avsarpini. I don't know why 5 Airavat and 5 Bharat Kshetras, but they see this.
That's the change geography. We will, I don't know if we've covered it yet, but we will.
We will, okay. Because I thought there's only one of these.
How we know this world, Earth, the way we know it, this is not the only one in the universe. There's more similar
Multiverse, yeah, it makes sense.
things.
The Avsarpini is progression of then they talk of this, right? The Avsarpini is the progression of Shushma, Dushma. So you're starting to see the decline, Dushma, Shushma, and then Dushma and Ati Dushma, which is a gradual decline, basically. Dushma is the decline, basically.
Right. So if you read Dushma and Sushma as Dukhama and Sukhama, you will
then it will make sense. Got it.
The
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And in Utsarpini Kal, it's the opposite. It starts with the Ati Dushma, where we ended, right? In the other Kal, it starts with the Ati like Dukhma, and it goes all the way to Sukh.
It's basically mirror image of.
Yeah, mirror image of that. And both Kals are 10 Koda Kodi. So, both the Avsarpini and the Utsarpini are 10 Koda Kodis. And then they explain, this was very hard, and so I have written it down, but it says like Sagaropam is a number greater than humans can imagine, and 10 Koda Kodi Palyopam is 1 Sagaropam. These are all technical terms in the books that are very hard. I wrote them down here in my notes. I cut and paste them, but that's where I
cover the what is a Palyopam. Did they talk about that Kua with the hair and all that?
They did. The Kua with the hair is there in that example. I excluded it, but yes, that's exactly what they said. So much hair has to happen. Then I said, losing it at this point.
It's good to hear it once, because then you really get the concept of.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
there in the book. It's there. I just didn't
Something
write it.
like- It's something like 64 miles wide, 64 miles deep. And then if you take the finest hair of a child that is not born out of, sex, and you break them up into the tiniest little pieces, and then you put that hair inside that pit, and you pack it and pack it and pack it with the hair such that if a truck or an army were to walk on it, that it would move at all, then that is
One
The
Palyoppa.
key is you
That-
take that one little hair, one
take that-
piece, one
you take
every
it
year.
one-
Think
no,
about
one
it.
every 100 years. You take one little piece every 100 years, and then that's your
One
measurement.
Palyoppa.
Of one
God
Bottom
bottle.
line, you get the sense that it's like, oh my God, infinity. It's like forever beyond
Feels
your.
forever.
But at
Yes.
least that image gives you an idea,
But
right?
it gives you an
Yeah.
idea that, you think, oh my God, 10 years later, think about it. आदिनाथ के टाइम में कितना लंबा 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 टाइम
So
होता था.
Prabhaji, that's what I was going to ask. Which Kal was Adinath Bhagwan?
The Adinath Bhagwan was third
Aren't they?
Kal.
They're all
Third
between,
Third and fourth.
it's always between and the third and the fourth that you have the Tirthankars and
Tirthankars.
Most
the
Tirthankars
Chakravarti.
happen in the fourth Kal, just that one Kal alone, which is only one Koda Kodi Sagar. Sometimes
Koda
it
Kodi.
can start in the end of the third, and then in Mahavir Swami's case, it ended in the beginning of the fifth Ara.
So,
Yeah.
does the Ara correspond with the Ausarpini Kal?
Yes.
Yes.
So, Nipa, can you name it exactly, the third one and the fourth one?
Third is called Sukma Dukma, and the fourth is Dukma Sukma. In the Ausarpini.
Adinath Bhagwan was in Sukma Dukma,
Correct?
He stayed on till Dukma Sukma.
and Mahavir Bhagwan was in, what is it? Dukma
Dukma
Also,
Sukma.
he
Sukma.
was in Dukma
Sukma.
Sukma. He stayed on till the very beginning of fifth, I think. Yeah.
So, now, did you say that in this Sukma Dukma Kal, people are very tall?
We lost
have
your
a
voice.
buddhi or
Hemal ji,
something?
we can't hear
Even
you.
that is so long. It's one Koda Kodi Sagar. Crore
We
Yeah.
can't
times
even
crore
hear.
Sagar.
Hello.
We can hear her. It must be yours, Rashmi ji. We can hear.
Yeah, we can hear.
So
Oh.
bottom line is, even within that Koda Kodi, when Adinath Bhagwan was there, he was so many Sagar, so many long. By the time it came down to Mahavir Bhagwan, height had come down to 7 feet. Mahavir Bhagwan was only 7 feet tall. So within
And
one
this
Kal,
is
there
600
was
years
so much-
ago.
No,
I mean,
not 620,
2600 years ago was Mahavir Bhagwan, and he was 7 feet tall.
Yes.
Ma'am, I
And
think Mahavir
Adinath
Bhagwan
was
10
very,
feet
very, very
tall.
long. Tall.
Nipan, did you say that Sukma Dukma people are tall and then they grow shorter?
Yeah.
Yes,
It starts
as
Sukma
time
Sukma,
passes, we are
tall,
getting shorter
then
and shorter.
short. So Ati Dukma, which is the last piece of that Ausarpini, they're getting smaller and smaller. Height, age, experience, everything is getting shorter and shorter.
It comes
I
in the
know.
Shastra, there are going to be only 1 foot or 6 inches on very, very tiny people by the time.
Ma'am,
it's there.
somewhere I might be mistaken, but in one of the videos I've heard that Mahavir Swami Bhagwan was 10 feet tall.
It could be. I wouldn't, yeah.
But
It's
the
really
the meaning, what they meant to say is कि उस समय में जब पहले बहुत tall हुआ करते थे, ये तब समय तक आते आते उनकी घट गया था, height भी घट गई थी,
What I'm saying is, within
कम हो
one
गया था,
Kal also, there is so much difference.
frontier
Between
उनका
They call
हड्डियां
it Ara.
कम हो गई थी, पहले बोन्स भी ज्यादा थे, पृष्ठ भाग में फ्रंट बोन्स के काउंट्स बताए इसमें, तो वो भी घटते चले गए थे, उनका बल कम होता चला गया था, शक्ति
Yes, strength is
ज्ञान
less.
ज्ञान भी कम हो गया था, तो everything was they were losing with time.
Yeah.
So that's why we say कि now we are in the time Kal where, it wouldn't be a surprise, fall and you break a bone. That didn't happen. So these things gives us an idea, even if you don't memorize everything, but you're getting a general concept of how people have changed over time. And the fact that it came in Bhagwan's knowledge. I mean, nobody made this up, that you're supposed to be so tall in this kal or you're supposed to be short in this kal. That's the way it is. That's all. Bhagwan could get the knowledge. That's all it means. And for us, it's interesting facts.
So we are now in that
You can witness it.
Ausarpini.
Huh?
We are in Ausarpini Dukma, Panchamara.
Yes, right now we are in Dukma.
It's 21,000 years. Oh gosh.
21,000 years is not a
beginning.
long time.
And no, but it is written कि हम यहीं पैदा होंगे, फिर वापस यहीं मरेंगे, फिर यहीं पैदा होंगे. So we are not going to come out of the Dukma period ever.
Exactly.
No. That I don't think so. That's not the case.
So it's written है कि आपका यही चलता रहेगा. आप
नहीं,
वापस
अगर हम जब तक अगर स्वर्ग चले गए, by the time we come back, so many of these would have passed. And there's no guarantee you're coming in this Bharat Kshetra. It could be another Bharat Kshetra. It could be Ravat.
Yeah,
It could
exactly.
be.
Yes.
But Prabhaji, the question about the 5 Aravat, 5 Bharat, is everybody going to the same Kalchakra? If it is in this Bharat Kshetra, if we are in Dukma, is the entire cosmos, any Bharat Kshetra, they're all in Dukma, or they can be in a different Pini, like different Kalchakra?
I think Bharat might be the same and Eravat can be opposite, is my understanding.
Opposite.
But I would still refer a book to confirm.
Okay.
But
So
yes,
then
the
it
bottom
doesn't
line
matter.
is
You're born
all
anywhere,
these-
you're in a
Can
Dukma.
you imagine itna science, itna sab kuch kahin aur bhi ho raha hai? You know, they talk about this, kya bolte usko, asteroids and phalana coming from somewhere. It's to us, it's no surprise after we read all this.
Read
There
this.
are
Yeah, that's
many other things existing. There are humans existing elsewhere. I mean, you know, so all
And
that,
it's all,
you know,
it's even said that in Videsh Kshetra, it's always a 4th Ara. I mean,
right, it's always 4th Ara.
See,
So
here it
again,
is written
the
on page
difference.
61. Page 61 पे लिखा है, इस काल अपरिवर्तन वाले क्षेत्र, इस लोक में बहुत से क्षेत्र ऐसे हैं जहां सदैव एक जैसा ही काल वर्तता है. षट काल रूप परिवर्तन, which is these 6 things, मात्र 5 भरत और 5 ऐरावत क्षेत्रों में ही होता है. वह भी उनके आर्य खंडों में ही होता है, मलेच्छ खंडों में नहीं होता.
Now, what is this Malay Khand?
I don't even know
It's
what that
only in this 5 Bharat and 5 Eravat Kshetra mein.
अभी
I don't
बहुत
even
कुछ
Okay, so see, because nobody could see, कई पंडितों को पहले लगता था कि आर्य क्षेत्र मतलब ओनली इंडिया, क्योंकि भरत नाम था ना भारत इंडिया का, तो कई बार ऐसा कॉन्सेप्ट था लोगों का कि सिर्फ इंडिया आर्य क्षेत्र है और बाकी सब तो म्लेच्छ है. But now they've realized that's not the case. The whole earth could be Arya Kshetra.
Arya Kshetra.
It could be who knows anything else.
Mlech are the aliens.
What do we mean by knowledge?
We need another Shrut Kevli to come and tell us.
So I don't know.
You continue with yours so we can just stay focused.
Yeah, I'm
on
done
what
with
you have to
I'm
finish.
done with mine.
No, these
page.
are contradictory things which are coming. She spoke, no, that's why I read ahead. So I could relate when she was telling the same thing.
Oh,
Got it.
yeah.
I'm done.
So,
by the way.
dekho, the point is, you know, they are not going to ask you. I mean, even if they ask you tough questions, the bottom line, you can open the book. But usually they will not. They will only try to ask you things like, honestly, I wish I could remember the test. I cannot anymore what type of questions they asked.
And Prabhaji, honestly, even having an open book for a book like this is no use.
Doesn't
to
help.
us.
Yes, it doesn't help.
Well, other than they might have fill in the blanks where you can find the sentence. They might ask you like itne, so many sagar, like that, something which you can find easily.
This is our level of Shayopshan. Prabhaji, we are telling you even open book is not going to help us.
not going to help us with this. I'm just going to pass. I'm going to skip these questions.
Yeah, me
Might
too.
have
No,
questions about
I'll do a.
Dukma. I mean, you know, just say,
Jaldi mein,
okay, Did they go over कि सुखमा दुखमा में कैसे होते हैं, सुखमा के वो सब बताया उन्होंने?
Yeah,
You
they
believe
showed they did explain what happens in each of the Utsav. No, they didn't explain that. No, they at least I
नहीं
haven't come
आया
across it. I
No,
have
it's
युगल
there.
बनते
That's
हैं
what
तो
that's what I was asking कि notes बनाते समय उनको individually कितना paragraph लिखना है? Because every
नहीं,
each
बहुत कम. The whole book can be less than a page because the gist is very little. All you want to write about निश्चय काल, व्यवहार काल, जितना आज explain उत्सर्पणी अपसर्पणी, and the fact that it is relative for us to understand कि अभी जैसे अभी हमारा 5वां काल है, उसमें और पहले काल में कितना टाइम का डिफरेंस है.
बस
It just
उतना ही
give that, yeah, that's all. Not much. You don't need to
But
write much.
Prabhaji, if
Everything else
the
is those few details.
current Kal
And
is
this is
only
not one of those books
21,000
that you
years,
can.
if it's only 21,000 years for Panchva Ara, then how far can the first Ara be from us?
It's not just
Very far, extremely far. Because see, just read this. It's what do you call to the
The
rays
first
of
Tara is 4 Koda Kodi Sagar.
Kode Kodi Sagar.
Oh, yes.
Huge.
Huge.
Extremely huge.
Koda Kodi is
Beyond our-
crores times crores. 10 crores.
And then Sagar.
And
See,
then
यहाँ पर
Sagar.
वर्ष है, सब सागर है. So
guys,
huge
this is
difference.
a pathetic life. Good God.
Right. So it's just for us to understand कि ये सब हमें नहीं पता चलता if Mahavir Bhagwan had not told.
True.
अगर
I
उनकी
think the
समझ
reason
में
this is
आया,
important for us to know is because we are always thinking ki I am Nitya, I am Nitya, Anitya. But with reference to my Nitya, Anitya, there is all this other stuff out there.
all this
Which is
exists.
so much bigger than
The
me.
story is only about me. But even about me, I have to know everything surrounding, relative. Where do I stand? How did I come here? For how long I'm going to be here? Where are the possibilities of me taking birth based on what my characteristics look like?
And that there is such a vastness of time and space
Yes.
that this whole sansar stuff is so
So
unnecessary.
minor, so
And
tiny,
it gives you
you
the
know. And
importance
we are
that
still
all
struggling.
this, right? So all this,
That's
or
the
physics or chemistry, all at the end of the day becomes meaningless when I know myself. It's just showing you the relativity of you versus, where you came from, how long could you be. I mean, think about it. If you this is why they tell you these times. Think about it, right? 5 पांडव, उसमें से 2 मोक्ष गए या 3 जो भी गए, और जो नहीं जा पाए 2 मोक्ष, उनको कितनी लंबी जेल हो गई. See, suppose they went into highest of Swarg. Now they're stuck for 13 sagaro, 33 koda kodi sagar. And human, I mean, इसमें कहाँ है 4 कोड़ा कोड़ी is the maximum. जब तक स्वर्ग जाके कोई आएगा कि कितने काल चक्र पूरे हो जाएंगे. Do you get that concept?
Yeah, it's the vastness of time. We better
Yes.
make use of our Manushya Bhav and get out of this.
Exactly. तुमने बहुत पुण्य कमा लिया, डोनेशन दे दिया, बिल गेट्स
कुछ
बन
फर्क
गए,
नहीं
सारी
पड़ेगा.
दुनिया को donate कर
You'll
दिया,
get
और
stuck.
चले गए स्वर्ग. Now what? You're stuck for such a long time. And that's why understanding this Kal is important. To understand that no, don't be longing for Swarg or anything.
This book is very entertaining. Anyway.
Rashmiji, your turn. Sorry, keeping it moving.
मैम
Today we are
नावेडेज अब ऐसा है
or
कि
more.
पाप करने से ज्यादा पुण्य करने से भी डर लगता है कि नहीं, पुण्य भी नहीं करना है, पाप भी नहीं करना है. पाप
Right, don't. Yes.
पुण्य करने से भी डर लगता है कि पुण्य भी
But
नहीं.
जो हो गया, we are on autopilot. जो हो रहा है, we are only watching. It's a movie going on.
But Priya ji, that is such a very good point. That is such a good point, right?
Actually, I'm
But
realizing
it
this thing.
makes us not be attached to that punya karma.
But
इसीलिए
my
like even when
yeah,
my husband says वहां दे देना चाहिए, वहां दे देना चाहिए, and now my thinking is like जहां जाना, it will just happen in autopilot mode. If it doesn't go, it doesn't go. The Pudgal has its own krambad. It's going to stay wherever, in whichever bank, whatever. Why do I worry?
I'm sure, ma'am, Dravyalingi Munis are all aware of all these facts, right? But still, at some point, they want to go
Which
to heaven.
Munis?
Dravyalingi.
Yeah,
भावलिंग
a lot of people don't have this knowledge. They actually want to go to heaven. उनको लगता है
Exactly.
कि ये लाइफ से तो चलो स्वर्ग में जाके बैठ जाओ, वहां तो सुख है. They don't understand वो इतनी बड़ी जेल है. जैसे बोलते हैं ना, सोने का पिंजरा है, बेसिकली है तो पिंजरा ही ना.
Right. So at some
इसमें भी बुक में हर आरा के बाद उन्होंने यही लिखा है कि इतना सुख संपत्ति होते हुए भी, इतनी सुलभता होते हुए भी, और हमने भी भोगे हैं ये सब, फिर भी हम अपनी आत्मा का अनुभव नहीं कर पाए और हम
कर
घूम रहे.
पाएगा. That's the whole point. हम समझ लो, हो सकता है हम भी 30 सागर पर बरस स्वर्ग हमें
हमने भी
इसलिए
कल्प वृक्षों से लिए
हमने भी
होंगे,
सब
एंजॉय
करके
किए
देख.
होंगे,
हाँ, सब कुछ कर चुके हैं हम.
कर चुके हैं, बट स्टिल वी आर struggling to
And
come
we have
out.
only 60-70 years of Manushya Bhav, of which I think I am 50, so I have very little left, and I don't know where the rest of you are, but we better
Actually, I'm telling you, there are people who
get on
get
top of this.
This one group that in the morning, Swadhyay, we join. I mean, all these ladies in their 80s and 90s and 70s, and oh my God, they get this so sense that, my God, I have so limited time. This is all they want to do day and night, day and night, day and night. That's all they do. Because all of a sudden, they have this realization that I got so little time left.
That would be my mom. She keeps telling me, I don't want to get into you and your daughter's business. I want to do my own business now, like, you know.
Yes. I mean, really, that's the gist of it. Yeah, we should all think like that.
And then on the
who is the daughter, who is the granddaughter? Why do I waste my time on those?
On
I
the
got to do my
contrary, उनका मोह कम हो रहा है.
please don't say that when my daughter's coming back to my house to live there for 2 months because she's having another baby, which means my life goes for a toss. Okay, so
No, now
so
it shouldn't.
can I tell you a fun, but can I tell
It's
you a
all
funny
fake.
story?
It's all fake, remember?
It is, but I have to tell you, I was reading stuff about hell the other day, and then somebody asked for food, and I was like, and I was feeling lazy to make the food, and I went, well, I better hurry up and make the food because in hell none of us are going to get food anyway.
Oh my goodness. Oh my God, you know, this is just mind-boggling. But I let's stay focused on the class so that we can do more Kalchakra.
Go ahead, Rashmi ji. Do we have only 3 people today? Because we're almost.
Yes, just Rashmi ji, and we'll be done for the day.
Is it my turn? I thought third person is also
Oh
there.
yeah, third person is who? Oh, Seemaji, I have a video, actually, audio recording. Hold on, thank you.
So you're doing tomorrow? What is the plan for tomorrow?
Even I
Tomorrow
can
is the
read my
remaining 3
part.
Kalchakras.
Okay, so let's listen to Seemaji. I hope it's not
Yeah.
too long.
No, it's not. It's actually short.
Okay, good. That
So,
and then
how do I do this? I just start the audio, right? And we can hear her.
Yeah, it has worked for that.
I don't know.
Yeah. So this,
Maybe
so we are going to do Kalchakra summary, page 21 to 31 by Seemaji.
Okay.
Okay. तो अब हम कल्प काल जानते हैं कि कल्प काल क्या होता है. एक कल्प काल माने 20 कोड़ा कोड़ी सागर का एक कल्प काल होता है, जिसमें 10 कोड़ा कोड़ी सागर का अवसर्पणी काल होता है और 10 कोड़ा कोड़ी सागर का उत्सर्पणी काल होता है. दोनों मिलाकर एक कल्प काल कहा जाता है. ठीक है. जिस तरह अपन के मंथ में असेंडिंग मून साइकिल एंड डिसेंडिंग मून साइकिल का 15 डेज का होता है ना, कृष्ण पक्ष और शुक्ल पक्ष कहते हैं जिसको हिंदी में, उसी तरह से ये होता है। उत्सर्पणी का और अवसर्पणी का इसी तरह से चलता है, कृष्ण पक्ष और शुक्ल पक्ष की तरह, कि पूर्णिमा से अमावस्या, फिर अमावस्या से पूर्णिमा, तो एक मंथ में 2 पूर्णिमा और 2 अमावस्या हो जाती हैं, राइट। उसी तरह से ये चलता रहता है। अच्छा, तो इसमें जो सुषमा काल है वो 4 कोड़ा-कोड़ी सागर का है, और सुषमा काल 3 कोड़ा-कोड़ी सागर का है। कोड़ा-कोड़ी मीन्स करोड़ टाइम्स करोड़ सागर। एंड सुषमा दुष्मा काल 2 कोड़ा-कोड़ी सागर का है। फिर फोर्थ विच इज दुष्मा सुषमा काल 1 कोड़ा-कोड़ी सागर माइनस 42,000 years. And then fifth kal is Dushma kal, which is 21,000 years, which is the kal we are in right now. And then sixth ara is Ati Dushma, which is 20. Also, the span is 21,000 years. And then ये अवसर्पणी के हो गए, और उत्सर्पणी के जस्ट इसके अपोजिट वे में जाएंगे कि सबसे पहले अति दुष्मा आएगा 21,000 का, फिर दुष्मा आएगा 21,000 का, फिर दुष्मा आएगा 1 कोड़ा-कोड़ी माइनस 42,000, फिर सुषमा दुष्मा आएगा 2 कोड़ा-कोड़ी सागर, सुषमा 3 कोड़ा-कोड़ी सागर, एंड सुषमा इज 4 कोड़ा-कोड़ी सागर। तो यहाँ पे शु और सुषमा एंड दुष्मा, व्हाट डज दैट मीन? तो सुषमा मीन्स अच्छा काल और दुष्मा मीन्स बुरा काल। ओके, फिर इसके बाद बताते हैं कि भरत और ऐरावत क्षेत्र के आर्यखंडों में अवसर्पणी व उत्सर्पणी काल के 2 विभाग होते हैं, जिसमें मनुष्यों एवं तिर्यंचों की आयु, शरीर की ऊंचाई, बुद्धि, वैभव आदि घटते जाते हैं, वह अवसर्पणी काल कहलाता है। एवं जिसमें आयु, शरीर की ऊंचाई, बुद्धि, वैभव आदि बढ़ते जाते हैं, वह उत्सर्पणी काल कहलाता है। ठीक है, अब अवसर्पणी के प्रथम 3 कालों में एवं उत्सर्पणी के अंतिम 3 कालों में जो भोग भूमियां होती हैं, वो तीनों कालों में भोग भूमियां होती हैं, उनकी क्या क्या विशेषताएं हैं वो देख लेते हैं। तो भोग भूमि के जीवों का आहार तो होता है किंतु निहार नहीं होता, मीन्स दे इनटेक द फूड बट दे डू नॉट डिफिकेट, तो मलमूत्र नहीं होता। अभी यहाँ के मनुष्य जो होते हैं अक्षर, गणित, चित्र, 16 कलाओं के में स्वभाव से ही निपुण होते हैं, मतलब दे नो ऑल दिस थिंग। एंड यहाँ विकलेंद्रीय एवं असंगी पंचेंद्रीय जीव नहीं होते, और यहाँ दिन रात का भेद भी नहीं होता, और यहाँ शीत गर्मी की वेदना भी नहीं है। यहाँ सुंदर सुंदर नदियां होती हैं, कमल से भरी वापिकाएं होती हैं, रत्नों से भरी पृथ्वी एवं कोमल घास होती है। यहाँ पर युगल संतान को जन्म देते हैं जो कि बेटे बेटी होते हैं, और फिर जैसे इनका जन्म होता है तो पिता को और उसके साथ ही उन दोनों का मरण भी हो जाता है। तो युगल संतान जो हुई बेटा बेटी, वो ही पति पत्नी के रूप में यहाँ रहते हैं, जिन्हें वे आपस में आर्य और आर्या कह के पुकारते हैं। जैसे अपन लोग यहाँ हनी कहते हैं, वहां पे आर्य आर्या कह के पुकारते हैं। और मृत्यु के बाद इनका शरीर बिल्कुल जैसे कपूर जलता है ना, उस तरह से कपूरवत उड़ जाता है। यहाँ नपुंसक वेद वाले कोई भी मनुष्य नहीं होते, मात्र 2 वेद पाए जाते हैं, स्त्री वेद और पुरुष वेद, और इनको भोग उपभोग की सामग्री कल्प वृक्षों से मिलती है, विशिंग ट्रीज होते हैं यहाँ पे, उनसे मिलती है। और यहाँ के मनुष्यों में बहुत ज्यादा बल पाया जाता है, और लाइक इक्वलेंट टू सम 9,000 एलिफेंट्स, ऐसे बल पाया जाता है। और यहाँ के मनुष्य एवं तिर्यंचों को वज्र, वृषभ, नाराज संहन होता है, और सम चतुरस संस्थान भी होता है, मतलब कि वज्र वृषभ नाराज सहनन तो बेसिकली उनकी हड्डियों की रचना और उनकी जो संस्थान है और जो उनकी दो हड्डियों के जॉइंट्स हैं वो कितने स्ट्रॉन्ग हैं वो है। और समचतुरस संस्थान माने कि बहुत ही सिमेट्रिकल बॉडी प्रोपोर्शंस होते हैं, कहीं भी एबनॉर्मलिटी नहीं होती है ना। फिर इसके बाद हम पढ़ेंगे कि ये जो कल्पवृक्ष है ना उनके बारे में पता करते हैं कि क्या है। ये जो कल्पवृक्ष है, यहाँ पे कल्पवृक्ष 10 प्रकार के होते हैं, उनकी 10 जातियां होती हैं। उनके नाम है पानांग, तुर्यांग, भूषणांग, वस्त्रांग, भोजनांग, आल्यांग, दीपांग, भाजनांग, मालांग और तेजांग। जैसे इनका नाम है उसी हिसाब से उनका वो है, फंक्शन भी है। तो ये सब वृक्ष अपने अपने नाम के अनुसार फल प्रदान करते हैं। पानांग वाले कल्पवृक्ष भोग भूमि के जीवों को मधुर सुस्वाद 6 रसों से युक्त अति शीतल एवं तुष्टि पुष्टकारक 32 प्रकार के बेवरेजेस, ड्रिंकिंग मतलब सूप और वो फ्रूट जूसेस ये सब देते हैं। तो 32 टाइप्स के बेवरेजेस इनसे मिलते हैं, बिल्कुल नेचुरल वंस, है ना। फिर तुर्यांग, तुर्यांग से क्या होता है, इस जाति के कल्पवृक्ष उत्तम वीणा, पटु, पटह, मृदंग, झालर, शंख, दुदुम्भी, भंबा, भेरी, काहल, ये सब म्यूजिकल इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स के नाम हैं। ये इत्यादि प्रकार के भिन्न भिन्न बाजा बजाने के इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स देते हैं। भूषणांग और रत्नांग तो माने कि ये क्या देते हैं, अपन को ज्वेलरी देते हैं। इस जाति के कल्पवृक्ष पुरुषों के 16 प्रकार के आभूषण देते हैं और स्त्रियों को 14 प्रकार के कंकण, कटिसूत्र, हार, केयूर, मंजिर, कटक, कुंठल, किरीट और मुकुट इत्यादि विविध उत्तम आभूषण प्रदान करते हैं। फिर वस्त्रांग, वस्त्रांग इस जाति के कल्पवृक्ष सूती वस्त्र और रेशमी वस्त्र तथा मन और नेत्रों को आनंदित करने वाले अन्य अन्य प्रकार के वस्त्र देते हैं। भोजनांग इस जाति के कल्पवृक्ष 16 प्रकार का आहार और व्यंजन और 14 प्रकार के सूप, दाल और 54 के दुगने मतलब 108 प्रकार के खाद्य पदार्थ, 363 प्रकार के स्वाद्य पदार्थ, 63 प्रकार के रसभेद पृथक पृथक दिया करते हैं। अब तो इतना मुंह में पानी आ गया कि आई डोंट नो इसके आगे बता भी सकती हूँ कि नहीं, बट फिर भी आई ट्राई। आल्यांग, आल्यांग इस जाति के कल्पवृक्ष स्वस्तिक एवं नंद्यावर्त आदि 16 प्रकार के रत्नमय, सुवर्णमय, रमणीय दिव्य भवन दिया करते हैं। तो आल्यांग से अपन को घर मिलते हैं, अच्छे बड़े बड़े भवन और ब्यूटीफुल उसके उद्यान उसके साथ सब मिलते हैं। दीपांग वाले इस जाति के कल्पवृक्ष प्रसादों में शाखा, प्रवाल, फल, फूल, अंकुर आदि के द्वारा जलते हुए दीपकों के सदृश प्रकाश देते हैं। अच्छा, तो बेसिकली फल फूल और वो बेसिकली जो फ्लावर्स होते हैं ना वो भी एकदम ब्यूटीफुली, जैसे अपने फेस्टिवल लाइटिंग होती है उस तरह से तेज ज्यादा वो रोशनी वाले फ्लावर्स होते हैं। भाजनांग इस जाति के कल्पवृक्ष स्वर्ण एवं बहुत प्रकार के रत्नों से निर्मित थाल, झारी, कलश, गागर, चामर और आसनादिक प्रदान करते हैं। फिर मालांग इस जाति के कल्पवृक्ष बल्ली, तरु, गुच्छों और लताओं से उत्पन्न हुए 16,000 भेद रूप पुष्पों की विविध मालाएं देते हैं। ते माला देते हैं मालांग। तेजांग या ज्योतिरांग इस जाति के कल्पवृक्ष मध्य दिन के करोड़ों सूर्यों की किरणों से सदृश होते हुए नक्षत्र, चंद्र और सूर्यादि की कांति का संहरण करते हैं। तो बेसिकली ये आपको रोशनी देते हैं, इल्यूमिनेशन, द लाइट। हाँ, ये कल्पवृक्ष वनस्पति रूप नहीं होते और ये व्यंतर जैसे भी नहीं होते कि कोई 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 रिद्धि वो मतलब देव जैसी रिद्धि हो। नो, दे आर लाइक मोर लाइक यू कैन थिंक ऑफ माउंटेन्स काइंड ऑफ थिंग। एंड ये पृथ्वी रूप होते हैं। कल्पवृक्ष का जो रूप होता है वो पृथ्वी रूप होते हुए भी जीवों को उनके पुण्य के हिसाब से उनका फल प्रदान करने में ये कल्पवृक्ष समर्थ होते हैं और इनके माध्यम से जीव निरंतर इंद्रिय जनित सुखों को भोगते हैं और इतना सुखी सुख है यहाँ पर, भोग ही भोग है, भोग ही भोग है कि भोगते भोगते वो तृप्त नहीं होते। ओके, परंतु उन और डेफिनेटली थोड़ा तो कंटेंटमेंट है कि दे गेट ऑल दीज थिंग्स, परंतु डिजायर कीप ऑन इंक्रीजिंग, द अल्टीमेट सेटिस्फेक्शन लेवल पे कभी नहीं पहुंच पाते, और इतने भोग में रहते हैं कि उनको मैं क्या हूं ये सोचने का तो टाइम ही नहीं है। ठीक है, भरत एवं ऐरावत क्षेत्रों के अवसर्पणी प्रथम द्वितीय और तृतीय कालों में जो हमने अभी भोग भूमि के वृक्ष और ये सब के बारे में बता दिया, अब अपन अवसर्पणी का जो पहला काल है सुषमा सुषमा, उसके बारे में थोड़ा सा बात कर लेते हैं। तो सुषमा सुषमा काल की विशेषताएं क्या है? इस काल में सुख ही सुख होता है, यह भोग प्रधान काल है, इसे उत्कृष्ट भोग भूमि का काल कहते हैं, मतलब सबसे ज्यादा उत्कृष्ट, सबसे ज्यादा भोग इस काल में हो, सबसे ज्यादा हायर लेवल का भोग भूमि ये है। इस काल में जन्म युगल 21 दिनों में पूर्ण वृद्धि को प्राप्त कर लेते हैं, फुली डेवलप्ड हो जाते हैं, जिसका क्रम इस प्रकार है। शैया पर अंगूठा चूसते हुए 3 दिन, तो वो लेटे हुए जब वो पैदा होंगे तो उस पे जब बच्चा पैदा होगा तो 3 दिन तक वो अपना अंगूठा चूसेगा, फिर 3 दिन में बैठना शुरू कर देगा, फिर 3 दिन में ऐसे अस्थिर गमन, मीन्स इज नॉट स्टेबल बट ही कैन वॉक, एंड देन नेक्स्ट 3 days में he can walk with stability, and then further next 3 days में उसको कलाएं डिफरेंट आर्ट फॉर्म्स ये सारी आ जाएंगी, और फिर नेक्स्ट 3 days में वो एकदम एडल्ट बीइंग बन जाएगा, और उसके बाद उसके 3 दिनों में उसको सम्यकत्व गुण की प्राप्ति की योग्यता डेवलप हो जाती है। फिर यहाँ के जीव 21 दिन के बाद सम्यक दर्शन प्राप्त करने की योग्यता प्राप्त कर लेते हैं। भले प्राप्त करें या ना करें वो अलग बात है, परंतु योग्यता तो प्राप्त हो जाती है। जैसे यहाँ के मनुष्य भव के जीव 8 वर्ष की उम्र से योग्यता प्राप्त कर लेते हैं, वहां पे 21 दिन के बाद से। फिर नेक्स्ट पॉइंट है, 3 दिन के बाद चौथे दिन बेर के बराबर आहार लेते हैं। सो इट्स द जुजबेस बेर, यू नो दैट बेरी, यू कैन से ब्लैकबेरी, उसके साइज का जो होता है उतना सा आहार लेते हैं। एंड देन इस काल के प्रारंभ में मनुष्यों की ऊंचाई 6000 धनुष एवं आयु 3 पल्ले की होती है। तो ये धनुष और पल्ले का प्रमाण और आकार ये सब मैं डाउट सॉल्विंग ग्रुप में डाल दूंगी, कुछ और टेबल्स डाल दूंगी। एवं अंत में घटते घटते ऊंचाई इनकी 4000 धनुष एवं आयु 2 पल्ले रह जाती है। तो मतलब इन द बिगिनिंग ऑफ दिस एरा 6000 धनुष इज देयर हाइट एंड आयु 3 पल्ले, और फिर बाद में एज इट डिसेंड्स फर्दर ये 4000 धनुष और 2 पल्ले रह जाती है फर्स्ट भूमि में, विच इज सुषमा सुषमा काल। और यहाँ ये काल जो है 4 कोड़ा कोड़ी सागर का होता है। इसमें शरीर का जो वर्ण है, जो कलर है, वो एकदम जैसे गोल्डन जैसे होता है। एंड mainly that's what it is. About this call, I think that completes my part of it.
Okay, yeah, she did up to page 32 actually, 23.
33rd page, first paragraph she has covered.
तो दूसरा काल शुरू नहीं किया ना इन्होंने, पहले काल
4000 धनुष की बात करी ना।
अच्छा ठीक है।
Oh, she talked about 6000 Dhanush, so she was only talking
about the first काल।
2 पल्ले and 4000 धनुष की बात करी थी ना
She
उन्होंने।
says it ends in that, so she didn't describe that. She just says it ends in that in the next, for the next
so
start.
so you have to start on Sushma.
You know what? It's mostly.
Think about it, अगर आपने इतना पुण्य किया है तो इसमें ये भी बताया what gives you this काल कि बहुत सारे साधुओं की, पर सच्चे साधुओं की, अभी हमें अपॉर्चुनिटी भी नहीं है, कि वैयावृत्ति करने से ये काल में जन्म होता। तो yes, in a way it's good, this would be nice काल to be there, क्योंकि इसमें सम्यक दिव्य की प्राप्ति हो सकती है, और you don't have other stresses, war नहीं हो सकता, मच्छर मक्खी नहीं हो सकते. Currently I'm getting bothered with some मच्छर biting me, and then फिर वो और कुछ करना ही नहीं है,
करना है.
You want a big house, depending on your पुण्य, you can want whatever you want, पर आपका जितना पुण्य है उस हिसाब से जितना बड़ा घर मिलना है वो उतना मिल जाएगा, रत्न मिल जाएंगे, गहने मिल जाएंगे, मालाएं मिल जाएगी, जिसको जो चाहिए. बट थिंक अबाउट इट, चाहिए ही नहीं तो, इच्छा ही नहीं हो तो, व्हाट इज बेटर? व्हेन इन सम सेंस वी आर सिमिलर, राइट? जिसका जितना पुण्य है उसको उतना बड़ा घर, उतना बड़ा whatever मिल रहा है. आज भी तो वही हो रहा है ना. ओनली थिंग इज कि हमें लगता है हमारे एफर्ट से मिल रहा है.
तो मैम इस काल में मोह नहीं होता है क्या?
कैसे होगा बोलो ना? माँ बाप तो मर जाते हैं पैदा करते ही.
देखने
But
मुख देखते
लेकिन
मुख भी नहीं
हाँ
देखता.
नहीं, वो पेरेंट्स फेस भी नहीं देखते, उससे पहले वो डेथ हो जाती है.
Otherwise, how Gilias have baby?
यस, तो वो दोनों रहते, तो वो दोनों साथ में हस्बैंड वाइफ के जैसे रहते हैं, तो उनको मोह नहीं रहता है.
मोह है. मोह के बिना what will happen? Why would you even wish for anything?
मोह
अगर
नहीं
घर
होएगा
चाहिए,
तो वो
मालाएं
सब
चाहिए,
सम्यक
बर्तन
दृष्टि.
चाहिए, तो मोह के बिना तो
मोह के बिना तो सब सम्यक दृष्टि हो जाएंगे. दैट इज नॉट व्हाट दे आर सेइंग. दे आर सेइंग दे बिकम योग्य फॉर सम्यक दृष्टि एट 21 days.
Just that कि मरने के 9 महीने पहले ही they can give birth to a baby and then they lose their life. I mean they are no more. थोड़ा अजीब साइकिल है, बट यही है कि
होता है, पर दुख कम है, क्योंकि जैसे यहाँ जो स्पाउस को छूटने का दुख है वो नहीं है ना. स्पाउस दोनों साथ में मर जाते हैं.
मैम फर्स्ट आरा में तीर्थंकर की व्यवस्था है, एज दे से दैट तीर्थंकर्स आर नॉर्मली बिटवीन.
व्यवस्था पहले, दूसरे, तीसरे काल में प्रिटी मच नो व्यवस्था.
No vyavastha for Tirthankar.
What is the best? What's the best ara to be in?
What's the best ara to be in? In yourself.
Fourth ara.
Where you are right now, because
No
this
matter
is all
where
you have that you know for right now.
Same, whether you're in Narak or Pehla Ara or Swarg.
Makes no difference.
Then what we can conclude is, as compared to first ara, at least we know what we are going through, and we have this thing called Sahih. We are better off rather than just enjoying.
Also, we can relate as things are going to be declining. We can already see within that little span of life that we can, tell.
Ma'am, can we relate on this page, page number 59, where they say उत्सर्पिणी काल में भी 24 तीर्थंकर होते हैं. अंतिम कुलकर के प्रथम पुत्र तीर्थंकर होते हैं. तीर्थंकर हमेशा दुष्मा सुषमा काल में ही होते हैं. यह अर्थ अपसर्पिणी की अपेक्षा चौथा काल एवं उत्सर्पिणी की अपेक्षा तीसरा काल कहलाता है.
So basically, यहाँ पर एक picture दिया हुआ है. I just a couple of pages before. What is the Utsarpani and Avsarpani look like? Look at page 22, sorry. So 22 में देखो, if you see the चौथा काल, and the mirror image of that will become तीसरा काल.
I don't see that image.
Page 22, do you guys see the picture?
Yeah, it is there, but it's not very clear.
It's not very clear, but I'm sure there are a lot of other books and lot of temples.
Front page, ma'am. This is very clear. ऊपर वाला जो है picture, that shows very clear picture. Book का ऊपर वाला.
That's
so that's a very clear
But
one.
in the PDF you can't see that, can you?
In the actual book it's easier to see.
The one that's
चौथा काल and तीसरा काल are mirror image. Okay, so तीसरे काल में वहां पर तीर्थंकर होंगे.
So after we finished our 6th Tara and then the 3rd Kal that comes, there will be Tirthankar again.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's
So
between
that
the
would be a good one to be going to next after this one, my dear.
Yes.
So, ma'am, but again, third ara won't it be Bhog Bhumi? I mean, of course, it would be Utsar Pirni, but
No, इसमें opposite आएगा.
okay.
तीर्थंकर होने के
पहले
बाद
हाँ
में
पहले
भूमि and all
उल्टा
those things will
उल्टा
happen.
चालू होगा, पहले दुख से चालू होगा फिर सुख की तरफ जाएगा.
It goes for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3. And then
Right.
again.
Yeah.
That's how it
Again,
goes. 1, 2, 3, 4,
will be
5, 6,
Kalki.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Right.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So basically, they're just giving you, I mean, honestly, this shouldn't make a whole lot difference to us, except that these are just the facts. That if you're born in this ara, this is what your life would look like. Honestly, some people's with a lot of punya probably have similar lives. You know, there are kids who are born with the golden spoon in the mouth, right? Unko kuch sochna hi nahi padta. Whatever they wish for, they get it. So it's kind of like that, but does that really, is that the recipe for happiness? Not really.
Otherwise, पुण्य के उदय में कहते ना सुख है, मगर उसमें भी दुखी है, ऐसे ही बताया है.
क्योंकि we don't know, they don't talk about it, but maybe किसी को पुण्य के उदय से इतना बड़ा भवन मिल गया, तो किसी का कम पुण्य है तो कम छोटा मिलेगा. So they may also have a competition there. We don't
Just
know.
like Devgati. It almost sounds like Devgati to me.
Yes, yes.
Because
Even though
Devgati में जो भी चाहिए वो सब मिलता है उनको.
और फिर भी ईर्ष्या होती है.
हाँ.
So what do
even
we
though
say?
अगर हम पहले काल में भी थे तो हमें याद तो कुछ भी नहीं है ना, that we had all this सुख हमने वो भोगा है, वो याद ही नहीं है, then what a use of it?
तो क्या हमें अभी
Nothing.
कितनी 10 साल पहले की वेकेशन किसको याद है?
हाँ वही, वो अभी सुख थोड़ी देगा वो वेकेशन. What we did and it's gone.
It's done.
Exactly,
Yes.
yes. And that's why just take things lightly. You know, you won't even, I remember.
But the thing about taking things lightly, Prabhaji, is we are so full of kashai, so much rag and dvesh and moha. Okay, ye acha hai, ye bura hai. We are constantly living it every second of the day. That
That's
you can't
what
take
is
things
going-
lightly because of that.
slowly reduce. That's the whole point of it, is that it's going to reduce. Who do I need to show off to? Nobody. What difference does it make in the big scheme of things? So that's what it's supposed to give you. Why are we longing for all this? It was so temporary. Oh yeah, this person might think so big of me. Who cares?
Yeah.
No. So I mean, of course, still these thoughts will come, but they won't be taking away your sukoon, jisko bolte hain. Ki, you know, it really doesn't matter at the end of the day. And you all sort of go through it. Suppose you're having an event or a wedding, and obviously everything doesn't go right 100%. At the end of it, what? You're still okay. You're happy. You will not remember, you know. I remember when I was in college, there was this one, you know, I thought he was very mean professor. And, you know, hote na wo kuch professors, wo, you know, two people had the same answer and he gave me wrong and some other student right. And uske karan mera ek mark se A ka B grade ho gaya, and I was so moaning and groaning about it. My husband tells me, oh, 10 years later, you won't even remember it. What's the big deal? Of course, I do remember because I tell this story often enough. But the point is that it's a mute point anymore. It doesn't matter. मुझे किसी ने job नहीं दी, ऐसा नहीं हुआ because of that one B grade I got. So
But it just shows that that was your area of prioritization and focus.
yeah.
That's all it is. And you thought you deserved more and you didn't get what you thought you deserved. And
Yes.
that's all it is. We all go through that. Everybody does
Exactly.
that. And then you realize that there is no point in thinking it out too much, because जो मिलना है वही मिलना है. I now don't worry about things because आने का है तो आएगा, नहीं है तो भी ठीक है. It's all good. Everything is good. I think the biggest pinch will be when parents pass on, and I think that will be the only struggle, actually, if anything at all comes up. But otherwise, everything else is just fine. Like, it's everything is good. It's the way I look at things, I just say.
See, even parents passing, you'll be a lot more prepared with this swadhyay, with this knowledge. Because that's Vastu ka Swarup. Nobody can live forever. And even if they did, what would the world be like? When I lost my father 2 years ago, of course, your father means a lot to you. But I was still able to accept it very easily because of this swadhyay.
It helps you to deal with your grief.
Exactly. He wouldn't even, he wasn't even very sick. We didn't have that much long time to know, Of course, that was a lot easier compared to my brother, but I lived my swadhyay with my brother's cancer, actually. And I could observe my grief. I could observe my more towards him. But yet, every point of his treatment, I knew that, it will apply to him if he has Ayu Karma left. That helps you accept, it helps you understand ki vastu ka yahi swarup hai. Even though you are dukhi, but you are able to be the observer of your dukh also.
Right. The thing that will pinch the most is, you can't call them and talk to them anymore.
Yes.
You can't have that one more conversation.
And I visit, and of course I miss. He was always there at the airport when I came. He was always there. And I, got my glasses done. I got my teeth. And, he was the one taking me everywhere. He was the one showing me what to do, where to go, but he was my go-to person. And of course, I'm going to miss all that. But yet, you do have to accept the Vastu ka Swarup.
So Prabhaji, just going back to Kalchakra, I have a question. If we say we are 2,500 years out since Nirvan Day of Bhagwan Mahavir, then does that mean that is 21,000 years minus 2,500 is what is spent? And in terms of calculating how much is left, okay.
Like 18,000 some years left. That's correct.
Okay, got it. Okay. So maybe we can end the class and...
Yeah. So then tomorrow, Rashmi ji, aap karoge?
I think there are 2 more people. I just don't remember their names right now, but there are 3 people.
I could have done today itself, but enough time नहीं है. क्योंकि मोस्टली जो सीमा जी ने बोला उसके आगे ये जो 35 पेज पे जो टेबल है, that actually consolidate everything about these.
I'm okay, guys, do it in 5-6 minutes because a lot of it is just, ये सब detailing.
Basically वही बोला ना, उनकी बल में, उनकी उसमें सब में कमी होती चली
जाती है, कम होता जाता है.
Everyone can read those pages. It's not tough. आगे वाला ये सब tough नहीं है. Even if I'll say the thing, I will read what it is written.
That's fine. Let's do it tomorrow because most people have dropped.
Correct.
Right.
I'll do that. No worries.
Repeat, but don't repeat every word of it. You can just say
I think it will.
And try to put in English words if you can. So then again, these ladies who would prefer in English.
Mostly I can help if someone has issues with Hindi or English word. We all can help each other. That's not that.
Sahajanandi Shuddha Swarupi Avinashi Hu Atma Swarup. Sahajanandi शुद्ध स्वरूपी अविनाशी हूँ आत्म स्वरूप। सहजानंदी शुद्ध स्वरूपी अविनाशी हूँ आत्म स्वरूप। निज निधि निज में बताई यह अनंत उपकार है। इसके लिए जिन वाणी माँ को वंदना शत बार है। वंदना।